Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to do a little bit of reel maintenance at the workstation. Let's go. Good. So today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to do a little bit of reel maintenance. We're sitting here waiting for the snow to melt. We're watching the elites on TV and we're gonna do a little bit of reel maintenance. So what I have here is one of our spinning reels. It is a Shimano Stradic CI4. It's my very first top tier spinning reel, if you want to call it that. And we're going to upgrade the drag on this here today. Right now it's got the stock drag washers in there, and we're going to upgrade it to Tunetank washers in there, and we're going to show you how to take it apart, put the new ones in, grease them up, put it all back together. So here we have the CI4 reel. We have our Tunetank washers. We have some grease that we're going to use, a nice little art brush to put the grease in, and just a little set of tweezers. So the first thing we're going to do is take the spool off to get to the drag. The drag actually is within the spool. So the first thing we have to do is unscrew this. Just about got it. There we go. So there's the cap. There's stuff inside the cap, but we're not going to go in there today. And we're going to take the spool off. I'm going to put this aside. So here's the spool for the CI4. And as you can see inside there, that is the drag inside. So the first thing we have to do is take off that little spring that's inside. I'm taking the tweezers. There's one of these four corners here that's broken or separated. There it is right there at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that very well. But just very carefully move our way around. And there's the retaining spring. So next there is that cap on the top, so we're going to pop that out. Put that down. Now you can see inside, it's fairly clean inside, and the reason why it's fairly clean right now is because I've already taken this drag apart, and that's when I figured that I needed to upgrade the drag. So this reel is about 5 years old or so, and the inside of this compartment here inside the spool was just coated with grease, and there was a lot of shavings or debris that had come off what they are. I don't think they're nylon, but they're kind of a material, the stock washers that are in there, and they were degrading quite a bit. So you can see that first washer is in there, so we're going to take that one off. So there's that first washer. And it's just kind of a you know, it's just a material. It's not, like I said, it's not quite Teflon, but it's just a material there. And that's going to be one of the washers that we replace here today. So next, there is just a big metal washer that goes over top of that. Take note here that there's little key ends on either side. And you can see me laying this out from left to right. The reason why I lay this out from left to right is I take it apart this way, and then when I go to put it back so I get the right order, I work from right to left. So normally what I do, and like I said, it's already clean, but normally what I do is take a part off, clean it all up, and then set it down in order. So now we have metal part, washer, metal part. You're gonna hit another washer. Here's another one of that material washer. It's one of the ones we're gonna replace. Metal washer. Trying to see. Looks like there's a little bit of condensation. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but there's a little bit of condensation there. So that's telling me that these washers that we have are a little bit wet, and it's a good thing that we're gonna replace that. I'm actually gonna clean that off. Like I said, I like to take these off, clean them before I put that down. Try and get all that moisture out of there. That's pretty good there now. All right, so the last thing left is the final washer. Now this is the one that butts up against the top of the spoon. You can see this one, if I show that there, you can see that it's pretty chewed up. And the problem I was having with this drag was that it was sticking. It would go smooth and then it would stick. So that's why I wanted to get in there and make sure that it was all good to go. So there we have it. There's the empty cavity there now. I've already cleaned that out. I'm going to give it one more quick clean. Make sure everything is good inside. It looks pretty good. Now we'll start with the reassembly, and we are going to put these nice Carbon Tex washers in there in place of the manufactured material washers. There they are. Before I go ahead and put those washers and the whole stack back inside the drag compartment here, I think what I'm going to do is take a little bit of the grease and just put a little light coat on the inside of the compartment there. When I took that apart, there was quite a bit inside. So I think what I'm going to do is just make sure there's lubrication. It acts as a little bit of a barrier too, I suppose, to keep water from seeping in. There, just a little. So now we work our way back from right to left. I think what I'm going to do here is to make this a little bit easier, I'm just going to replace these. So that was in there, that was in there, and that was in there. Just back into the reassembly now. We'll start with the first new Carbon Tex washer. I'm going to take a little bit of the grease and make sure that there is some. It actually says on the Carbon Tex package that it can be used dry or greased. I definitely am going to make sure that this has just a nice thin layer of grease all the way around. And then we're going to put that back in. I think that's seated all the way down now. So, next. Then the next washer, grease again. Both sides just light. And then we'll put that in on top. Good to go there. Next washer. Now remember what I said there was these little tabs on the end? If you look inside, there's that little place for them to go. So one is going to go up there. And one goes down there. See the tabs right in there. And that tab is right in there. So, final washer. And that goes on top. Final washer, metal washer, and you can see the 4 posts up and there's 4 holes, so that's pretty straightforward. That goes right on top. Retainer clip back in. See the retainer clips back in, good to go. There's the drag. Back on. Let's move it around till it finds the right spot. There it is. And the cap. So there it is, and working just fine. So that's all there is to it. Drag inside the spool, replace the washers, make sure everything is clean, make sure everything is greased, put it back in. Till next time, see you on the water.